is a principal consultant at Damilola OLANIYI Global Leadership Consultancy and the executive director of African Networking Way. Through his work, he has trained and mentored professionals, entrepreneurs, and organizations across Africa, helping them improve performance, discover purpose, and build sustainable leadership capacity. Now, his areas of expertise include leadership, workplace excellence, sales, talent development, and strategic growth. Now, for tonight, he's bringing all of this experience into a conversation about something many people struggle with. Now, you know how to move forward when there are too many things competing for your attention, your energy, or even your decision making. And that's why his topic is breaking the matrix of confusion with a more closer focus on the clarity to forge ahead. And at this point, ladies and gentlemen, help me, join me in welcoming Ambassador Damilola OLANIYI. Am I seeing excitement or not? All right, our speaker, please, you have the floor. Take it away.
All right, please, can we hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you for this wonderful, warm welcome. It's well appreciated. How are we doing today? Of course, I believe some people, they are joining from different countries, right? So I want to be very careful how I greet people. Is that okay now?
Very okay.
All right, thank you. I'm seeing some, faces. Of course, I've not seen some faces before. Maybe I've seen you in my dream, who knows? But then I'm seeing some familiar faces. I'm seeing faces I've not seen before. Of course, all joined together. We are one family. Do I need to show my face? At least, maybe you want to put a face to the voice that you'll be hearing.
Please go ahead. Let's see your face.
All right, that's okay. That's okay. Thank you. Before I proceed to show my face, I would like to appreciate the team behind this great movement. I mean, it's one thing for you to have vision. It's another thing for you to have people, that can help you to carry out the vision. That's the reason why we have vision initiator and we have vision carrier. So one person can start, a vision, but the truth of the matter is you will need vision carriers. You can't be everywhere at the same time. So you need to find ways to carry people along. You need to build your team. You can start with your family. You can start with anybody. So I want to appreciate every one of us, putting this together from our leader Morrison to, there is a particular person I must mention her name, Leader Precious. She has been on my case. I hope she's not tired of me yet. So thank you, Leader Precious. Thank you, the convener, Leader Morris. Thank you for this privilege. And of course, my able host, Leader Damilola Oshodi. I believe I pronounced the name well. Fantastic. Thank you. Okay, so this is my face. This is my real face. I hope you can see me. All right, thank you, Leader Happiness. I'm seeing a lot of people here, Leader Dekunle, Leader Connie, Leader Halis, Leader Chibuze, if I'm correct, Leader Onua, Leader Hester, Leader Faith, Leader Gloria, Leader Gloria Yobide, Leader Happiness James, and Mega Flex Pictures. I don't know if there's a man on a human there. All right, Leader Michael, and of course, Leader Morrison, Leader Olawi Benga Samuel, and my able friend from afar. Of course, we've not met physically, but I've seen a lot of his, works out there. Leader Prestige Vagusin. The truth of the matter is, I have some familiar faces here that we are actually learning from the same place. And the truth is, when we see our tribe, we can identify them, right? So once again, thank you everybody for joining tonight. One thing I believe is foundation is very important, right? For every single person on this earth, we must find ways to have a solidified foundation. And we started yesterday. We all know that it's not actually easy to put things together. That's the reason why I was celebrating the team earlier. So once again, thank you for putting this together. Quickly, before I share my slide, I remember when Leader Morrison reached out to me for this masterclass, to be precise, and we had that conversation. I just thought about it, that it's becoming alarming in this 21st century that people get so distracted to a point where our focus has been spread abroad. Our focus has been spread across different things to a point whereby we don't know the energy to reserve, the strength to preserve. So we just want to do everything. Oh, this is what is going on now. Let me jump at it and hope. And the truth is, I will say this: if you want to write, you can write. Clarity doesn't come once. Clarity doesn't come once, and you can't find it in the midst of noise. Should I say that again? Clarity does not come once, and you can't find it in the midst of noise. And the only thing that strengthens clarity is focus. I think at this point, we can as well just think about it. Can we end the section here? So sometimes, some of us, we are looking for clarity out there. And the truth of the matter is, we are in a noisy place. Get me right. I'm not talking about the noise you can, hear from your normal ears like this. No. I'm talking about getting involved in a lot of things to a point whereby your strength has been diverted to different things, right? So there is no way we can achieve greatness like that. And the truth is, speed do not guarantee success. The only thing that guarantees success or sustainable success is clarity. So we should let that be at the back of our mind. So that is the first thing I want us to know this evening. This session is going to be more of conversational kind of. The truth of the matter is, we can have this conversation because we are family. So there's nothing like, you've not heard this before, oh, this new information. No, don't even address like that. Just speak one or two things that you feel this is for you tonight. And I believe that after the end of this conversation, we all have one or two things that we are going to take home and that we are going to work on as soon as possible. Because learning is of the heart, practices of the hand. We've been learning since we were younger than this. So when are we going to stop learning? We will stop learning. But the learning capacity must have been increased, right, over the years. As the learning capacity is increasing, our executing rates should also be what? Increasing. And that must be in the right direction. So ladies and gentlemen, let me find my way to share my screen. I have one or two persons reaching out to me that they need the link. Okay, please pardon me for a few seconds. Let me share the link with some of my people that would like to participate. All right, am I permitted to share my screen now? Okay, I would like to get feedback. Am I permitted to share my screen now?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay, thank you. Right, so just let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, it's coming up, right?
Yes, it is.
Nice. Okay, while the screen is coming up, okay, please, can you confirm if you can see my screen now? It's clear enough?
Yeah. Your slide is clear.
Clear enough, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we're good to go. All right, so as I was saying earlier, I remember when I had that conversation with Leader Morrison, and I said, in as much as I love to talk about a lot of things, because this is what I've been doing for years, I love when you find yourself in a place where your strength is being leveraged on the right thing. So, as a matter of fact, maybe 2 and 3 topics, were discussed, and I feel like, okay, can we find a way to retwist this particular one, and let's see what we can come up with? Why? No matter how young we think we are, no matter how young you think you are, no matter how old you think you are, clarity is something that cannot be neglected. You know why? It gives you that edge over others that want to become a generalist, right? And this is where we find ourselves today, breaking the matrix of confusion, gaining clarity to forge ahead. I know a lot of people, they were thinking, okay, what is big deal about clarity? I mean, what is big deal about confusion? At some point in life, you have to be confused so you can, look for clarity, so you can find a way, to gain clarity. Truth of the matter is, being confused is not totally bad, but remain confused is dangerous. Being confused is not totally bad, right? But remain confused is actually dangerous for your progress. And that's the reason why every single thing can be abandoned as we speak now. And think about your life. Okay, what is that thing I've been doing that I feel I'm just going here and there without a clear picture of what is necessary? So this session objectives for you to distinguish movement from progress and recognize the 4 phases of confusion that hold people back. That's number 1. Number 2, identify the patterns in your own history that reveal your natural strength and direction. And we look at ability to apply the Forge framework to move from confusion to intentional, focused progress. Then we can now look at how to understand why clarity, not speed, is the real driver of career and business momentum. I know of the fact that we have business owners, we have professionals, we have career-driven people here. So we are going to find a way to balance all of this together, because it's very important for us to set the pace and give that kind of idea that will not just be useful for professionals, that will not just be useful for career-driven people. Of course, ideas and strategies that will also be useful for business owners. So lastly, we look at how to live with a specific dated 7-day commitment that you can act on immediately. So that is the major goal of this class. So before you ask how fast you can move, you must first ask whether you are moving in the right direction. Please, did anybody get that? If you get that, please, I would like your emoji in the comment section. Did you get that? Before you ask how fast you can move, right? Your energy, your pace, right? You are swift. You need to ask first whether you are moving in the right direction. So that question should be the major thing you are thinking about, because clarity must come before speed. There is no point running fast, right, or expecting speed in the wrong direction. Everybody can see you, oh, you are doing this, you are doing that, but literally, that wasn't the thing that you could have been, that wasn't the path. So these are the things that we need to look at. Maybe your career, maybe your business, the product you just launched, because people are launching products. Nobody says you should not be creative, but you have to be creative in the right direction. So markets can call for what you are building, right? Whether you started with a particular career and you are thinking, okay, what is the next thing to do? Right? What is the next thing to do? So there is this particular matrix that I've been working with over the years. We work with a lot of leaders, right? And one thing we discover is people are so energized. People are so optimistic. Sometimes, the youthful exuberance of people we work with sometimes can make you look as if you do not have anything you are doing in your life. Like you've not done anything. But you know what? Some of these strengths, they are not being well leveraged upon. And I want you to know that there is strength to leverage upon and weaknesses to work upon. But while you are working on your weaknesses, you must be rest assured that your strength is actually, giving you the expectation that you need in that right direction. So the matrix of conviction, the first matrix many young people need to escape is not the system outside them. It is the confusion inside them. Please, can somebody type that in the chat room? The first matrix many young people need to escape is not the system outside them. It is the confusion inside them. You see, it is not about the government. It's not about where you are working. It's about you. Discovery of who you are. Right? I believe in the principle of leadership starts with you and ends with others. Ability to lead yourself successfully first before you extend that art of leadership to another person. So people can see your leadership style, right? You don't need to talk at that moment. People can see the results. Result speaks for itself. We are all aware of that. So as we are having this conversation, let it be at the back of your mind that, okay, what are those things I've neglected? And the truth is, there are different things that you could have seen the traits long time ago while growing up. There are things that before you started that business, they were so clear enough for you to move towards that direction, right? But because of the fact that it is a trend, a lot of people are doing it. Somebody did it, and the person, the person was successful doing such. You also just, moved towards that path. It doesn't work that way. In this 21st century, everybody must choose their battle right. One of the reasons why I will not compare myself with you is because, we are not running the same battle. And that must be a clear picture for your next level. So you don't need to have your entire life figured out. What did I say? You don't need to, you don't need to have your entire life figured out. You need enough clarity to know what deserves your attention now. I'm not talking about tomorrow. I'm talking about now. I'm talking about now. Immediate effects. You don't need to have all your, right? I know that we are young. The energy, the strength is there. The beauty is there. You want to start this business. You want to do this. Clarity must be gained before diversification. Clarity must be, gained before you start thinking about other things. So where you gain clarity can serve as foundation for your next level. So if you are 30, if you are 25, if you are 35, if you are 40, the truth is you don't have to figure everything out now. Life unravels itself as time goes on. We learn backward, but we live forward, right? Why? Because imagination is what replay the future. That is where you can gain clarity through power of imagination. But memories is what replay the past. So what am I saying? Forget about the fact that, you've not gained clarity. Where will I be in the next 5 years? In my career journey? Where will I be in the next 10 years? Keep working towards clarity. Keep working towards clarity. Because when the time fully comes, the truth of the matter is nobody can actually, have the full print or figure out their life at once. It's not possible. It's a journey. So let's look at this. There's difference between movement and progress. There's difference between movement and progress. A person can be moving every day and still be going nowhere. Study, collecting certificates, applying for jobs, networking, learning new skills, and still unclear about what they are building. Do you want to be such a person? Right? There's no time. You can afford to be that person. So it is better to remain in one place, building the right concept, than to be jumping from one thing to another. See, I'm of the opinion that we must find ways to take risks, right? But there's something we call calculated or calculative risk. When you do not have enough arrow, you can't afford to just be shooting unnecessarily. Right? Because what really brings results is that what? Is that targets. So look at it from different angles. What did you start with? What are you doing at the moment? What are you planning to do? Right? Speed without direction is accelerated wandering. Speed without direction is accelerated wandering. You might be rejoicing that, oh, I'm moving fast. But the question is, are you moving the right direction? So if two people run at the same speed in opposite directions, speed is not the advantage, direction is. Are we together? I mean, it's getting cold in this room. So as I'm talking, look at the area of your life. What are those things that I've been doing that I've not gained clarity doing well? Because the truth is, the only place that your energy and strength can be harnessed is a place of clarity. Right? And I'm going to share a few stories of, how everything started and how. I was talking about the fact that some of us, because we are now more rigid, because we started something for a very long time. For us to change our career path, it was kind of hard. A few days ago, I was sharing with someone, and the person asked me, say, "Oh, coach, I know that you are very big on purpose, clarity, leadership. How did you start everything?" I say, "Oh, come on." It was even like, that question was so simple. Why? Because I've been there before. That honestly, there was no idea of what I was doing. But one thing I've been able to achieve was the fact that I tried to make sure I put all my effort in one or two things. So when the time fully comes, there is a call or there's a need for my expertise, I'll be one of the few people that they're going to call out. So what am I saying? When you spread your energy, it reduces the time to achieve what you are planning to get. So 4 phases of confusion. As a matter of fact, before we go ahead, who can give me the simplest definition of confusion? Anybody want to try? Please type it. Type it. Anybody want to try? Anybody want to try? The simplest definition of clarity. Anybody want to try? Let's make it more interesting. Type it. Type it in that comment section. What's your definition for confusion? Before I give my own definition, what's your definition for confusion? I mean, if you like, you can check it out on ChatGPT as usual. If you like, you can pick it from your head. All right. And if you like, you can hone your knowledge. At least you are known for one thing. So, anybody want to try? Not knowing what to do or how to do it. Nice. Thank you, Leader Alice. Life without vision. Come on. Life without compass. I love that. life without vision, life without compass. You are just living at it as it comes. And the truth is, not knowing what to choose or decide on. Thank you, Leader Favor. No, not knowing what to do next. Thank you. Confusion is doing the opposite of what? Let me read that. With happiness. Fantastic. Confusion is doing the opposite of what you have clarity of. Thank you. Confusion is doing the opposite of what you have clarity of. A lack of understanding or certainty. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. So I will go with those people. I mean, there's no wrong or right answer. I like the fact that we all give me key points, right? So everything we've said, I don't have any other definition. Whatever clarity means to you is what you should be working on now. Your correct definition of clarity is what we are going to go with. So think about it. Are you a victim of confusion? Right? Are you a victim of clarity? Not knowing or understanding? Fantastic. We all say the same thing, but in different ways. So look at 4 phases of confusion. Number 1, comparison. For some of us that we are Christians here, there is a particular scripture that says, when you start comparing yourself with one another, you are a fool. When you start comparing yourself with one another, you're what? You are a fool. Why? We are not running the same agenda. Another version says, comparison is the game of the fools. You know, being foolish is just a state of being. You might not remain foolish forever. You can be foolish now, and in the next few hours, you are now wise. Why? Because there was light around you. There's a particular man, we all know him. I think Frank also. After his video, we said, now you are now wiser. So after this section, you become wiser. Right? Because the part of comparison shows the level of maturity and wisdom. I will never compare myself with Leader Morrison. I can appreciate and attract the gift of God in his life, right? And celebrate him for who he is. But you know what? I will never compare myself, because immediately I start comparing myself with him, I'm a fool. We do not have the same DNA. We're not giving birth to at the same time. We are running different races or races, right? Whichever way. So building your life on someone else's timeline makes you to be what? To be a fool. You will not be a fool. So, and get me right, nobody says that you shouldn't pattern your life according to some people's achievements, or you are being motivated by what they've achieved. As a matter of fact, you need to attract people like that, so we cannot, be left behind. People should be, sources of motivation, not sources of comparison. If I'm meeting you today, I should be able to attract 1 or 2 things in your life, but not to compare myself with you. Because who knows? We are not going to die together. We might be living in the 21st century now, but there's no assurance that we are going to die together. So if you are playing game of comparison, stop today, because there is actually cost attached to that. So it is actually the right time to celebrate people in your life, celebrate those that have gone ahead of you. And we said it several times, there must be mentor, mentee, and mate. Right? You can't compare yourself with your mentor. As a matter of fact, you can't compare yourself with your mentee. You can't compare yourself with your mate. The reason why they are being submissive to you is the fact that you have something that looks like hedge. And why do we say mentorship is very important? Let me digress now. Mentorship, it's a relationship. Mentorship is a relationship, not an ownership. Mentorship is a relationship, not an ownership, right? And the purpose of mentorship is to fast track your journey, ability to reduce your error rate. Am I speaking to someone? Are we getting it? So imagine what your mentor has achieved for the past 10 years. And they show that light to you, and you're able to achieve it in the next 3 years. Is that not fast track of journey? That's fast tracking. So you can't compare yourself to such person. Are we together now? Mentor, yes, mentor is a relationship, not an ownership. So that is it. Let's look at number 2. Information overload. Right? Information overload. There was a year I read over 65 books. There's no ChatGPT, my brothers and sisters. I tagged that year my year of aggressive pursuit of knowledge, because there is so much gifts attached to my life that I feel without, redefining myself, I cannot get what is right. I said it earlier that one of the wisest men on earth says something, and that's Dr. Mike Murdoch. He said, the time you spend in a secret place determines the strength you will get in a public place. I will say that again. The time you spend in a secret place determines the strength you will get in a public space. Which means the time you are in there seeking for clarity, you are gaining strength. So when you get out there, you are not speaking jargons. You don't look like a confused person. So information overload, knowing many things, but not what to do with what you know. You know a lot. You're a learner, but you lack execution rates. Come on, you are learning on a daily basis. See, if they are talking about knowledge, I've gotten some. I won't lie to you. Right? This is, what I'm sharing today is not for self-gratification or for aggrandizement. It's because of the nature of what we do. I'm on my 5th master's because knowledge is attached to my next level. Right? I'm very sure that you would not listen to me if I'm speaking monologue of gibberish. Right? If I'm saying something that is not relevant, why will you listen to me? And this is not motivation. I'm sharing with you to know that at some point in your life, you need to drop certain things and stay focused on one thing. It is easier to be jumping from one activity to another, but it is harder to remain in one place and be doing one activity. Why? Productivity is not accidental. It takes deliberate effort, right? To be useful. Number 2, to be useful. And number 3, to be fruitful. What am I saying? You must have that compass to focus on one thing per time. So I don't want to talk about information overload. We know what it means. We are learning. You are always on this master class. You're only on this, conference. You are jumping from one place to another. They know you here. You are a networker. Come on. When will you start making money through the information you've acquired? Learning is of the heart. I said it earlier. Practicing is of the hand. Knowledge do not leave the possessor. Right? But the purpose of the knowledge you've been acquiring is for you to go out there and make things happen with that knowledge. Let's look at number 3. Opportunity overload. Everything looks like an opportunity, so you pursue everything. When AI started, we saw some people, they became AI agents. What we are saying is use AI to enhance your productivity in order to increase your profitability. Do we get? And nobody says you should not try to. There's something we call upskilling and reskilling. See, I have many slides, but we can just end it here. There is something we call upskilling and reskilling. What is reskilling? Changing your career path. Why are we always afraid of starting something new? Right? Or why are we always afraid of building something in alignment with what you've been building, must you divert your energy. AI is good. As a matter of fact, there is nothing you want to do in this 21st century without being AI inclined. You cannot achieve those things. I know certain things that if I want to do it, it take me hours. But now, with the influence of AI, good prompts, get it for you, make sure you redefine it, and you are good. But the question is, those AI information, can you defend it? That is the question. Use AI to your own best advantage. Every opportunity out there is not for you. You must learn to know the opportunity to ignore and neglect and the one to pursue. Look at it. List them out. Because some opportunity will come as a distraction. And you know what? That is another level of ignorance. Don't be shocked. Ignorance is more dangerous than demons. My people perish because of what? Lack of knowledge. Right? And you must have the right knowledge. So look at things that you've jumped at and it backfire. So everything looks like an opportunity. So you pursue everything. Why do you want to pursue everything? Your energy must be preserved and reserved for the right thing. So let's look at the identity confusion. Not yet decided what you want to become or known for. Kai, how do you want me to respect you when you are a generalist? You are the one selling this, you are the one selling that. Nobody says you should not sell a lot of things, but let there be one or two things people can identify you with. It is time to stop confusing your prospects. Instead, convince them with your credibility over the years. Right? So confusion isn't always the absence of information. Please write that down. Confusion isn't always the absence of information. Sometimes it is too much of information, or it is too much information without enough clarity to organize it. My major strength lies in planning and organization. Organize your thoughts, organize your career, organize your finance, organize your decision. We've heard it several times. Decision determines destiny. And indecision is a decision that you've decided not to decide. Are we getting it? So list everything out. What area of my life I need to pause right now and stay in a place of silence for a while to gain clarity, so I can, get speed. So don't be moved by people that are running faster than you. Be bothered about your next move. So my clarity journey, this is a personal story. I had potential before I had language for it. I was telling you, leaders, right? While growing up, it is obvious that I will always find myself in a place where it's either I'm leading or somebody else is leading. I used to say something like, there was a time, when I was younger, when I was in primary school, and only thing that was, that said that is as a means of disadvantage was the fact that I was very small in stature. I would be the first man, but another person will come because of, advantage of being maybe bigger. What am I saying? At that point, there was no idea of what leadership is all about, but I've been leading over the years. There was no clarity about difference between leading people, all right, giving authority, managing people, leadership by position, servant leadership, transformational leadership, and all manner of styles of leadership. But it started somewhere. So sometimes your life is showing you something about yourself before you have the language to explain it. There is nothing you will do tomorrow, or there's nothing you've been doing that you do not have a bit of clue or a trait of it since you were born. Nothing new under the heaven. Don't let anybody lie to you. You've not just paid attention to yourself. So I wasn't completely confused as a young person, but I didn't have enough clarity. I knew there was something in me that I enjoy working with people without being able to name it. Younger than most of my classmates, I still kept, ending up in leadership positions, head or second in command. I never sat down and said, I'll become a leadership and management consultant today. I didn't have that vocabulary. What I had were patterns. There was traits. There was clear. So go back 5 years, 10 years, right? Think about what you've been doing for your people. See, you don't have to be the firstborn in your family. You can be leading from behind, right? You can be leading from behind. You don't have to be the smartest person. You can have more knowledge in some areas than others, right? So that is the idea. So your history contains clues about your design. That is identity. The question is, what is your design? What clue have you gathered as a young person? You can be a writer today and decide to go for AI agent or something, or you want to do something different. I'm not saying you should be rigid. As a matter of fact, let me say this clearly. Flexibility and adaptability, they are the ingredient for surviving and thriving state. If you are surviving now, it's because you are adaptable enough and flexible in your dealings. And if you are going to be thrive, or if you will thrive later, it will also be connected to your flexibility and adaptability. So look at it. Think backward in order to leap forward. What are those things I've missed? So the Forge framework, a practical pathway from confusion to intentional progress. Intentionality is a key for enviable individuality. You have to be intentional about what you do. See, don't let anybody deceive you. You can start again. But when you start now, you are not just start from the beginning. You are starting from the lesson you've learned over the years, right? And that is where speed is guaranteed. That is where progress is guaranteed. So if you want to forge ahead, you need 5 things. 5 things. You can see the acronym, Forge. Personal framework. You can't find it anywhere. You can't see it anywhere. They are the things that you are familiar with. Number 1, find the signal. Know yourself. Every single person, they should be able to call you out and tell, please, can you tell us about your major 5 strengths or 4 strengths as a person? So we will know how to relate with you. So we know how to work with you. So we know the project we can give you. Write this down. People, places, person, platform, project, programs. Come on, they are the element of greatness. Don't be like, I don't know how to manage people. Then you will remain poor. Even if you want to be interacting with AI, haven't you realized there are some people, they get better results using AI? Why? Because they have relational skills. They talk to AI. Like what? Like their party. Permit me to use that word. That's how it works. Find the signal. Know yourself. Your identity is the most important thing you must pursue. Because success is hidden in your identity. Once it is discovered, speed is guaranteed. Clarity is in. Success is inevitable. Right? Know yourself. Sit down. For some of us that, we feel that until we have fasting of 40 days before we can get to know ourselves, ask questions. Oh, come on. Your level of maturity can show through the question you are asking, who you are asking, when you are asking, how you are asking. Did we get that? If you are asking right person the wrong question, you'll be like a fool. And you're not. You're just ignorant. Right? So you must know yourself. Number 2, own the why. Clarify your purpose. Come on. Purpose. Purpose. Recently, I wrote something out on my LinkedIn. And I spoke elaborately about purpose in organization, personal purpose. If you haven't discovered your permanent purpose, you can make what you are doing at the moment a contemporary or temporary purpose, rather. If you haven't discovered your permanent purpose, what you are doing at the moment, stick to it, stay with it, serve people. In service lies clarity. They said I have 3 minutes to go. I can stop here. I'm good. And the next one, refine your direction. Choose what deserves your attention per time. You can't just be available unnecessarily. Being available allows people to take you for granted. I'm not saying you should not serve people. The heart of service and the heart of availability, they are intertwined. You might not be able to separate it. It's like you are intelligent and somebody say you are arrogant. Can you see now? That's how it's connected. Refine your direction. Choose what deserves your attention per time now. And when you discover it, you need to go deep. So go deep talks about somebody's mic is unmuted. Admit, can you check that? Somebody's mic is unmuted. So you need to go deep. How do you go deep? Build specialization and competency. Build specialization and competency. Please, I want you to write it down and put my name there. Talent is for all. Competency is for few. Talent is for all, but competency is for few, which means we are all talented, we are all gifted. But the truth of the matter, those that will hit the fruit of their gift or talent are those people that have built skills and competency around it. I hope you can still hear me. I hope you can still see me. That is how it is. And number 4, which is E, execute and evaluate. You must have somebody in your life that is giving you constant feedback of what you are doing right. Evaluate yourself. You know, in this 21st century, we are so carried away. We hardly submit to people that can give us honest feedback. See, until you start receiving negative feedback about your life, you are not ready to move to the next level. And the way you accept feedback determines how far you will go. So turn your clarity into movement and adapt. Let's move. So find the signal. I mean, from the beginning, we still have that to the last alphabet. Find the signal. Who are you? What am I naturally good at? What problem do people repeatedly bring to me? Have you paid attention to that pattern? See, why is it that when we think about certain things in this world, in this country, there are few people we can mention that comes to mind? What do people know you for? What can you do? Right? When they talk about spoken word, are you there? So when they talk about leadership, are you there? When they talk about management, are you there? When they talk about teaching, counseling, coaching, are you there? When they talk about, creating strategies, or you just have that strength of executing things right, are you there? What activities makes me lose track of time? That is what you are good at. That even if they are not paying you, you are enjoying it. What patterns keep appearing in my life? Write down 3 things people consistently say you are good at. Did you see that frame, that blue frame? Write down 3 things people consistently say you are good at. Not what you wish you were good at, what people have actually observed. And that was the reason why I said earlier, there is strength to leverage upon and weaknesses to work upon. Only a fool will be fighting their weaknesses. You're supposed to work on your weaknesses. Don't let your weaknesses overshadow your strength. We are not saying you should not work on it. No, ignore it. But focus on your strength. Right? Because over time, hone the why. What is all of this for? Purpose is not the same as job title. Your profession is the vehicle. Your purpose is the contribution. The same purpose developing people can be fulfilled through teaching, consulting, HR, coaching, technology, marketing, counseling. content creation, strategy maker, decision maker. You can start a company because you know how to make right decision and say, this is a decision-making organization. We help people to make right decision that can foster growth or that can increase their profitability. Everybody cannot be knowledge-based economy. Find something that you are good at and put your energy there. See, nobody celebrates generalists. People celebrate specialists. Those that have carved a niche for themselves and they are building that pattern day in, day out. So what problem do I care enough about to spend years becoming useful at solving? Purpose gives meaning to direction. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm seeing Leader Damilola on my face. I wouldn't mind to stop, right? But I believe this short time we spent together, maybe I'll just go to the last part. So we have from pattern to purpose, books, relationship, experience, coaching, mentorship. But time will not permit us. The clarity challenge, 5 questions, not for me, but for yourself. Who am I? Why does it matter to me? What am I building? What do I want to be known for? What is my next right step? And then clarity creates speed. Clarity, focus, depth, competency, credibility, and opportunity. Clarity reduces wasted motion. And this is the simple equation. Speed equals to direction, focus and consistency. I want to challenge every one of us. Go and look for tests that can help you to discover who you are. Especially, don't be biased. So you can know your strengths and keep eating it. If direction is 0, speed doesn't help. If focus is scattered, effort is diluted or effort dilutes. If consistency is absent, potential stays potential. You know that potential has nothing to do with your greatness if it's not taken, if it's not well redefined. Right? It can be there, it can remain there when you refuse to sharpen it. Ladies and gentlemen, think about all of those things, right? I believe we've been able to, spend few minutes together. There is so much to share, but that's how it's supposed to be. The little we've been able to share, think about it. So that was the reason why I said this should be more of conversational. There was no even time to ask questions, but it is normal like that. People must demand for more, right? We've heard it several times. What you place priority on determine how fast your progress will be, right? I said it earlier. If there's one thing you need to focus on in this season, is ability to manage people, find ways to connect your purpose with programs, platform, and projects so you can be called upon. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe with these few points, you've been able to grab 1 or 2 things from the little I prepared to share with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? Thank you because of our time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Leader Bola, thank you.
So much, Ambassador Damilola. Please, before, so I don't forget, could you please leave the slide with the questions so that people can take screenshots and then ask these questions afterwards?
Okay. That's all right. They can go.
So he's going to put the slide back on the screen. Please take a screenshot so you can ask yourself those questions.
Okay.
Because man, know thyself. If you don't know yourself, there is no forging ahead. There is no forging ahead. There is no hitting the success that you want to hit. So the clarity challenge, take the screenshot. He's going to show it again, the clarity challenge, that slide that you have the 5 questions. Yes, the 5 questions. These are the questions. You can see that our speakers are well prepared for you. Now, while you take the screenshot, first of all, thank you so much for this. I've been taking notes, and many of the things you were saying, they were just making me see how the journey has been. You know, sometimes some things happen to you, and then somebody comes to give language to the journey. And there were questions I was going to ask, but which you ended up answering. So I won't be asking questions. I will go ahead and check. Before I check the question in the comment, people are already saying thank you. They are blowing or throwing the confetti, clapping. This has been great. Now, before I ask the question I saw in the comments, if you have a question, we can only take one person that can come on stage, if I could put it that way. You unmute your microphone and ask the question. So let's have one person do that. This one is fastest fingers. Just unmute your microphone and start speaking.
Incredible.
Who is speaking?
I think we are good. Maybe.
Okay. There's a question in the comment, though.
Okay.
I saw one. I'm not sure there are others, but I saw one, so I'm going to read it out. Okay. Gloria said, you just mentioned. Okay, Gloria, I said, just go ahead and meet and speak.
Please go ahead, Leader. Go.
Thank you so much for this session, Sir Damilola, Leader Damilola. Thank you so much. I think it was just for me. You mentioned, I think I've been in a limbo for a bit. I've been trying to, it's alarming to me even, because at a point in my life, I felt I understood exactly what I wanted to do. But right now, I've been a mother and, working, I just feel lost. And everything you said just brought me to a point that clarity is a must. I can be moving, but if, like you said, if it's not in the right direction, it's back to zero. So you mentioned something about knowing your strengths. You mentioned something about tests, and I think I've heard that from someone also, saying that there are tests linked to some sort of test you could take that will help you understand yourself better. So I don't know if it's possible for you to probably point me in the right direction, because I really need that. I'm tired of, it's been like 3 years and I just feel so lost. It's like I just got lost in motherhood.
Wow. Anyways, I hope you can hear me, Leader Gloria, right?
Yes.
Number one, but we are lost in motherhood. It's one of great things that we all want to achieve. I mean, like 90% of people in this world, if not for everybody. And it's actually good that you are feeling like that, but you can't remain there, which I believe that's the reason why you're asking this question. We have multiple kind of tests. We have personality trait tests, we have strength tests, but I would point you to a particular one. We have some, but then I will point to a particular one that will be faster, Gallup test. So Gallup test is not for free. As a leader, we take this consistently because sometimes certain things can change about your life. And for some of us that we're looking at ourselves today and feel like, oh, something happened and I just changed, right? You don't just change. Situation change people. Not necessarily that you are changing, but something has happened to you that is reorchestrating your pattern or your path. So being a mother can bring a bit of rigmarole or confusion, but notwithstanding, you are seeking for help. So you can look at Gallup test, but then I will also advise that you seek for mentorship, because Gallup test is just to give you surface things that you need to know about yourself. There is a need for you to have somebody to work with you, right? There is somebody to pull you out of where you are now and show you the way that you should go. Of course, God is there at the center of it all, leading you. So I will show you the way you should go, right? So that part is there. But you also need somebody that can literally trace the pattern around you. What have you been doing? What have you done before? What are you doing at the moment? What do you plan to be, to do next? So that thing, it has to be clear. Where you are walking now, you just walking there because you need to, feed your belly, clothe your body, right? Do you understand? So those are the things that you need to ask yourself. You just want to work for a while. So there are a lot of strings attached to it that you need to know. So there are other different tests. Maybe if time permits, if you want to reach out, I will drop my my contact. And also told Leader Precious to post the link for feedback, so you can write one or two things if you need more consultation. However, permit me, Leader Bibola, I pick first 3 people. I'm going to give them free mentorship for the rest of this year. Free mentorship. For them to subscribe for my mentorship, I mean, you can see me everywhere.
Wow.
I think about 3 people that joined on
what are the criteria?
They just joined on time. They joined the call on time. I've been here with Leader Ferguson and Leader Morrison. We've been here for almost, I think, maybe 10 minutes. So I wrote a few names out, about 3 of them. If they are going to pay for this mentorship, God is my weakness. They cannot pay less than $600. I will not. There's no time, right? But I'm going to put them through for the rest of this year. Free mentorship. They will have, time to be on call with me. So I'm seeing Mega Flex. I don't know who that person is. Thank God I didn't forget. Mega Flex, Happiness James, and people, I don't know, maybe it's Garuba or something. Those 3 people, I picked them. They joined the call on time. And of course, you, Leader Bibola, you have access. I mean, you are part of the team.
Wow, thank you.
So those are the people that joined on time that I noticed. Maybe Leader Precious can tell you, there's no time, right? But these people, they won my heart because they joined on time. It's also part of, discipline and consistency, right? And for the rest of us, we've enjoyed 1 or 2 things. We shouldn't feel bad. I know that we are busy with 1 or 2 things, right? But for these 3 people, they won my heart. So they have free mentorship for the rest of the year. Thank you. Leader Precious, please, you can go ahead and put the feedback link. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
So much.
Can you see what's happening here? Imagine that you joined a summit at no cost, and then you are getting $600 worth of mentorship, just like that. We are not here to play. We are not here to play. What are you going to say to our speaker? Are you just going to sit down there and unmute your microphone? Not sure on camera. Unmute your microphone and say something.
Yeah, thank you.
Sir, they don't want it again.
No, that's fine. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much for this session. I'm glad that a person asked a very specific question, and I wouldn't bother to even ask any of what I had prepared initially. And what I would say is, since you are on social media, please, for all of our speakers, follow them on social media. You would learn more from them. That's where you can rub minds with them more. You can't just get everything in 30 minutes, even if it should be a 5-hour session. You can't get everything. What a person has been putting together all these years. So follow them on social media. You can engage their services. All of these things are available for you. You can see we have people that they are not just talking the talk. They are walking the talk. This is not AI prepared this for me and they can't defend it. You can see that when you're asking questions, they are not reading slides. When a person prepare their slides and they're really there, they're not just reading out stuff that they can't defend. So, Leader Precious, please share the link to Ambassador Damilola's social media links and the feedback form as well. Please send them. Yeah. Then, if you are in the WhatsApp group, you'll be able to get more details about how you would be able to have access to the mentorship. This is one of the best gifts you're already getting before Christmas. Imagine, Christmas gifts came early. All right.
That's right.
Thank you so much, so much. At this point, we would have to let you go because you've been here since. You have been here since even before most people showed up, and we are doing something great here. And I believe we're not taking it for granted.